Good morning, it's Barbara. It's a bright and sunny day outside today. We will be outside. Here's a little bit of a garden update. I pulled one of my mints. It wasn't one that I liked very much. They called it ginger mint, but it wasn't very minty. And we finally got some flowers on our very, very tall tomato. Hopefully we've had some pollinators. Our middle shorter tomato also has flowers, but no tomatoes. But look what I found. Can you see? I don't have my glasses on now. Can you see those tomatoes in there? We have 3 new tomatoes under there. They're there, along with our 2 we had before. So there you go. We have 5 tomatoes on that plant. Those are Roma tomatoes. In fact, it's only Romas that we have growing. Here are our Dennis's cucumbers. Look how big they are. Oh, and we have flowers. Oh, we do have flowers. I thought we didn't have any flowers, but we do. Oh, I hope we have pollinators. So our pepper down there is getting big, and we have some flowers on here. Dennis thought he saw some peppers. I think we're going to be getting some peppers here. Big pepper down there. That little plant is not grown. We have flowers and things that look like they're going to become peppers on here, so I don't know, things are looking good. Plus my mint is growing great. So there you go. Oh, look, we have lots of flowers on the cucumbers. Oh, how wonderful. I'm very excited. So I'm hoping for these 2 middle tomatoes. So obviously they're the regular tomatoes. We got a brandywine in there and something else, I forget. They're way behind the Romas because the Roma has 3 tomatoes already that have been there for quite some time, and some flowers, so we're doing pretty good here. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. I had a coffee in bed with Dennis. This is not my first cup. I hope you are well. It's actually pretty nice out here. I thought it was gonna feel muggier, but it's not. It's pretty nice, which is good. Not a good night's sleep. Maybe I'm like every other day. That seems to be how things are going these days. Oh well. Gonna have to water today. We were supposed to get a thunderstorm, and I am not complaining because Pearl is a very unhappy camper when there's thunder. So we didn't water last night thinking that it was going to rain, but it didn't. So we will be watering all of our plants today because it has been warm enough to warrant needing to water regularly. We mowed the lawn yesterday, and so the lawn front and back are both short and lovely, and that's good. So that's what we did yesterday. What did I do? I worked on my blanket for quite a while and watched some elementaries. And I went to bed early because I was really, really tired, but apparently I wasn't sleepy. So my body was really tired, but I did not sleep well at all. But I was in bed early and I felt better laying down than I did being up. So what are you going to do? So we mowed the lawn and walked the dogs, and then I took a shower because I was all sweaty and grungy, and that felt good. I put on my lounging pajamas and I lounged. Oh, and Dennis was taking the day off of cooking, and I made myself a French omelet. For some reason, the French chef has been coming up on my YouTube channel, and I watched season 1 of The French Chef with Julia Childs. she did a show about omelets, and you can search on YouTube and find season 1 of the French Chef. Anyway, she did omelets, and Dennis has an omelet pan, and I made myself a Julia Child's French omelet, and it was delicious. I had an omelet and bacon for dinner, and it was fun. And I did it just like she said. Although she said I was supposed to use the flat of the fork and I used the tines. So next time I'll do it exactly perfect. But anyway, that was fun for me. I don't know why it showed up. I did watch a, there's a show on one of the pay channels like Showtime or HBO or something like that, that is doing Julia Child. And I don't know who the woman is who's playing Julia Child, but her husband is played by the same actor that played Niles on Frasier. His name has the word Hyde in it, I think. But anyway, I watched that. I watched the first show of that. It was on for free on YouTube, and I really liked it, but not enough to make me sign up for whichever, thing it was. But I enjoyed the show a lot, and it was basically how she ended up. That first show ends right before she's going to do her first pilot of the French Chef. And so maybe because I watched that, YouTube is suggesting the actual show. Anyway, it was fun to do, and another one showed up now. Is Quiche Lorraine, so I may be doing more cooking, but I did enjoy making my omelet, I will say. And I watched some Elementaries, and I worked on my blanket, just calmly crocheting, and I've made some good progress. I've made, in the last couple days, I made, 3 inches? Which is a lot for a king-size blanket. So, yeah. So I'm puttering along there and enjoying that, and it's soothing for me. Today, we are going over to Aura's and help her, and she'll supervise us reorganizing her kitchen a little bit to make it a little more useful for her. And so that's our plan before we walk the dogs. We also have to bring in her trash cans. Her trash pickup was yesterday. So we'll bring her trash can and her recycling bin in. And try to get her kitchen a little better organized. So more, useful for her. So that's our plan for today. Yeah. And then the ordinary stuff. I don't know what we're having. Oh, and we have to stop at the store. So we'll stop at the store on our way home from going over to Aura's. And that's it. Walk the dogs. Putter around the house. So there you go. The other thing that happened yesterday was our handle broke off our freezer drawer again. We had fixed it and it was so exciting, and then, it wasn't fixed. Well, our freezer drawer is really, really heavy. It is jam-packed full. So, and it's a little bit off its track, which probably means that we have to pull on it harder to get it open and closed. We're going to have to empty it one of these days and see if we can get it back better on the track. But anyway, the handle broke off again, and Dennis determined that there was a little plastic piece about this big inside the handle that was actually broken, and that was really what the problem was. So he ordered a new piece. Now that new piece, plastic with a little bit of metal here, $30. $30, which is like 1.5% of the total cost of the whole refrigerator freezer. When you think of all the parts in a refrigerator freezer, that little piece of the handle was 1.5% when they charged it in the aftermarket. But anyway, it came yesterday. So we had about half an hour before we were supposed to be walking the dog. So Dennis decided, since he got it, he was going to fix the handle. Well, you know how that works out. So he's in the middle of doing it, and I hear, I need help. So I come running, and it turns out he dropped a screw that was about that big, and he couldn't find it. He thought it went under the fridge. So we're trying to scoop it out from under the fridge, and, you know, I'm sweeping. Well, sweeping was on my list of things I was going to do yesterday anyway, because I've been wanting... I like to walk around barefooted, and my dogs have been having stick time, chewing up sticks, and for some reason on the hardwood. They usually just do it on the carpet, but they've been doing it out on the hardwood. I guess it's been hotter, and so they prefer the hardwood. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I had sweeping on my list of things to do. I was going to wait until I had relaxed a little bit, because we had just come in from mowing. But now we've got a little screw to find. So I swept and swept and swept, and we went through the sweepings, and no screw and no screw. And we tried to get under the fridge and tried to get under the no screw. Finally, we was like, okay, we're going to have to pull out the refrigerator. But our refrigerator has water going to it. And Dennis is like, I'm going to have to undo the water to pull out the refrigerator. So he goes and shuts the water off, pulls out and kind of half pulls out the refrigerator. But he can't get the water thing off. And I'm like, you know, that water pipe back there looks like it's long enough that you could pull the refrigerator out without unhooking it, which was good because he couldn't get it apart. I was correct. So we were able to pull the refrigerator all the way out. So I got to sweep under the refrigerator, the back of the refrigerator, because, you know, it gets really grungy, so. No screw. So we push it back, and Dennis is like, oh, around the feet, there's still dog hair. Because, of course, we have dog hair everywhere. There's still dog hair. So he digs it out and digs it out and digs it out, and he goes through it. No screw. No screw. So we're like, okay. He's like, well, okay, we'll stop at the hardware store today and get a little screw. And it's like in my house, you know, when something electronic isn't working, I just threaten to call Dennis. And half the time, just threatening works. The other half, he actually has to pick up the device or look at the device and try to replicate what it's doing to me, and he can't, and it's fine. So he has the magic, you know, whatever. You just got to threaten things. So we're threatening that little screw that we're going to the hardware store to replace it, and lo and behold, it shows up. So then it's like, oh, great, because we didn't want to go to the hardware store. We don't actually have a hardware store that handy to us anymore. We had one down the road, but it went out of business. So anyway, he was able to fix the handle with the new piece that upped the value of our refrigerator by 1.5% at least. And so our handle is now fixed. But, you know, it's never easy. It's never easy. It was just like... But anyway, I got the floor swept. I had wanted to rest a little, but whatever. Got the floor swept. Got the fridge fixed. Mowed the backyard. We felt like we really accomplished a few things yesterday. It did feel good, I have to say. But then I got tired. I got tired, but not sleepy, which is really a shame. But that's okay. I feel okay this morning. I'm having my coffee, and that seems to be working. But anyway, so yesterday was a day of accomplishments. Today we're going to hopefully help his mother and get her kitchen a little easier for her to maneuver in. And yeah, she's excited about that. So this is, you know, so that's what we're doing today. That's our plan. We'll see how my map making abilities, and I'll keep a copy of the map myself, because then if she can't find something, she can call and I can try to recall where we put it. So backup plan, you know, I'll be her backup for, I can't find anything, which, you know, she's lived there for 10 years. She maybe couldn't reach it, but at least she knew where it was. We'll see how that works out. Anyway, I gotta go and organize the kitchen. So I will talk to you tomorrow. Please, please take good care of yourselves. Please, please stay safe and stay sane.